Hey, it's Bub, and today we're going to make my somewhat famous, even though I've only made it once, macaroni and cheese baked casserole goodness. And some substitutions have been made due to the fact that I don't have the ingredients we need, and deal with it. Alright, so what I've done is I've pre-cooked 8 ounces of macaroni. This may be a little less because the kids are kind of snacking on it ahead of time. So we'll set this off to the side until we need it. You can kind of cook it simultaneously if you want, but I was going to make this video earlier. But the fact that my children were active today precluded me from recording it, so I decided we'd get them to bed first. So Chloe and Chris are in bed. 4 tablespoons of butter. That's a half stick. This is the good stuff. Handle's hot from the oven. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, because 400 Celsius is really hot. We're going to melt our 4 tablespoons of butter. Also have 4 tablespoons of flour here. Pre-measured, all like fancy, like a real cooking show. 2 cups of milk. Normally this would be 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of cream, but I don't have cream. This is allegedly 2 cups of cheese, even though it's way more. I filled this to the top, so it's like 2.5 cups probably. This is Kojak. I would normally use sharp cheddar, but had Kojak, so Kojak it is. And you're not supposed to add the cheese yet, but a little won't hurt. A little paprika, a little garlic powder, ground mustard, touch of red pepper, because it's yum, and black pepper. It's supposed to be fresh ground, but you know what? For cooking and the amounts I use, I'd bust my arm grounding that much pepper. So we're going to have this butter here melt, and it's getting good and ready to go. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create a roux, which is a fat, usually butter, and flour. So get our butter good and melted here. And we're just going to add our flour. I need to turn on that heat quite a bit. Turn that down to medium. We don't want to burn this. We just want it to get going. Mix that in good. You can see how that thickens up right away. We want to cook that for a few seconds. And while it's cooking, we'll add a little pepper. I'll probably add a lot more pepper than that later. How much? That much. A little bit of ground mustard. Doesn't have a shaker cap, so I'm going to be careful with it. A lot more than I wanted, but that's good. That'll be fine. Keep stirring this so it doesn't burn. Some paprika. That looks about enough. Garlic pepper. Garlic powder. Garlic pepper would be awesome. Spice to taste, man. I never really give you spice measurements because it's BS. Some people like pepper, some don't. So we're going to slowly add our milk and cream mixture. Just pretend. Slowly. Whatever, dude. Now, the key is we're going to bring this to a boil. And I'm not going to show you that because that's crazy. We'll bring this to a boil. We're going to boil it for a good 2 minutes. And then we're going to bring it down and just simmer it for like 10 minutes. So I'll get back towards the end of that. So did you notice that? It's a slightly different camera angle. Ooh. Okay, I just poured myself a all organic, not that that's particular, who cares, Belgian double homebrew that I made. And it's gone bad. No, actually it hasn't. It's pretty good. It's gotten more ripe. Okay, so it hasn't been 10 minutes. Seriously, it's been 3 or 4. But you know what? This is gravy right now. That's how you make gravy. You take your roux, your flour, your water mixture, or your flour and your fat mixture, and you add water or chicken stock or milk or whatever. You just add a lot more to make it more gravy-like. But right now you've got a gravy, and it's cooked enough. It really is. It's going to cook a lot more. It's not going to change consistency any more than what we've already got. Let's just start adding our cheese, man. I'm hungry. If you follow the directions, though, if you put it right when you put your milk in here, you pour your noodles in your boiling water. You're right at. They're going to be done at the same time. As soon as your noodles are done, this is ready to pour your noodles into. So magically delicious. All right, we'll just add the cheese in there, including a couple pieces that fell off because, dude, you don't waste cheese in this house. All right, let's stir this up. Okay, I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit. Stir this up into a thick sauce. It'll only take a minute to get that cheese to melt. I mean, you got boiling oil, for crying out loud. Guess what? You just made beer cheese soup. Well, without the beer. There you go. There's some beer. Now it's beer cheese soup. That was completely unplanned and impromptu. What do you think of that? Ooh, it smells good. Oh. Some hop aroma coming out of there. Alright. You get the picture. You know what it looks like to stir. Hopefully you can see that on the video. Yeah, okay. Casserole dish loaded with macaroni. Watch this. Oh, the skills needed to make mac and cheese. Actually, there is some skill involved here because you got to get all this cheese out of here. There's no way we're wasting all this cheese. Spatula. If anybody wants to get me a Christmas gift this year, it's more of these silicone spatulas. We've only got one right now. These things are magical. Alright. Let's get it in there. And then, see, that's bubbling. Oh, it's just goodness. And we just mix our macaroni into that. So typically, go figure, the battery died while I was mixing it. That cheese sauce you saw before, we just poured into the noodles and mixed it around, right? Sprinkle a little cheese, a little breadcrumbs on top, some spices to top dress it, and we're putting it in the oven for 20 minutes. I'll be back with you then. Bubbly goodness. Yum. I'm pulling this out. I'm going to let it cool off for a minute. I'll show it to you when it gets out here. Seriously, I didn't put it back on the tripod because, well, come on, I'm just showing you this. There's not going to be any action here, but oh my god, you can hear it still, can't you? Sizzle, sizzle. As soon as that gets cold enough so where it doesn't melt the spoon, that's going on a plate and in my belly. And the wife's belly, too. And then I will pass out on the couch. So sorry you missed some of the middle stuff, but my battery died. You all can imagine what it's like to pour the sauce into the macaroni and mix it up. Sprinkle some cheese and breadcrumbs on there. Toss it in the oven. That was 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. I went a little long because I was listening to the Brewing Network. So, brewingnetwork.com. Yay. Alright, bye.